Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nuri Alamin with the headlines. Prime Minister sought Russian support and cooperation to set up the nuclear power plant in the country's southern region. Money laundered by e-commerce firms to be recovered, said the State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Murad Hassan. Durga Puja begins today with Maha Shoshti amid festivity and religious fervor, following the prescribed health guidelines. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on Monday sought Russian support and cooperation to set up another nuclear power plant in the country's southern region. Government wants to install another nuclear power plant in the country's southern region, and continuous Russian support is needed in this regard. She also said, the Premier said this while Russian State Atomic Energy Cooperation Rosatom's Director General Alexei Lishakev called for her at the official residence Ganabhavan here in this morning. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim briefed the newsmen about the outcome of this meeting. Laying utmost emphasis on the security issues, the Premier urged the Rosatom Director General to train up local people so they can turn the Rupur nuclear power plant RNPP. Alexei Likashev said his country will train up the Bangladeshi people to operate the RNPP, adding their cooperation to Bangladeshi power sector will continue. Those who have laundered money through e-commerce platforms will be brought to book, and the money laundered will be recovered, said the State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Murad Hassan. Murad Hassan said this at the Secretariat office on Sunday morning during his conversation with the reporters. He also said that there is no law on e-commerce anywhere in the world. Fraudulent activities and scams are seen at almost all countries. However, law will be made in Bangladesh to ensure the transparency and accountability of e-commerce services. About clean feed airing, he also said they have continued for over 15 years in this manner. Now the ministry will stick to the decision, as it's not possible to watch the foreign channels with money, even the advertisement and our country's TV channels for free. The State Minister also added that the local authorities have been informed to take the immediate legal action if necessary, any escalation. Durga Puja, the biggest religious festival of the Hindu community, began on Monday with the incarnation of the goddess Durga at temples across the country, marking Shoshti. The 5-day puja will come to an end with the immersion of idols of the goddess Durga in rivers and other water bodies on Friday. All the preparations have been taken to celebrating the religious fervor, smoothly maintaining health protocols. The Mahasaptami Puja will be held on Tuesday, while the Mahasaptami Kumari Puja and the Shanti Puja on Wednesday, Mahanavami Puja on Thursday, and Vijaya Dashami will be held on Friday. Imanul Haq, also a retired professor at the Department of Chemistry of Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, died while undergoing treatment at the hospital in the capital. Indojog Haq, the daughter of the Imanul Haq, confirmed the information. He was awarded the Ekushe Padok in 2012 by the government of Bangladesh for his contribution in the fine arts. Imanul Haq was born in the Feni district and then in the British India. He also completed his bachelor's and master's in chemistry in 1963 and 1964, respectively, from the University of Dhaka. He also joined the Department of Chemistry in Buet in 1965 as a lecturer. He also earned his PhD degree from University of Manchester in 1976 in the field of the synthetic organic chemistry. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today expressed profound shock and sorrow at the death of Dr. Imanul Haq. In this condolence message, the Premier sought eternal peace of the departed soul and conveyed sympathy to the bereaved family members. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you are watching Bangla City SATV News. Elsewhere across the world, India's recent announcement for visas of individual foreign tourists from October 15 would not be applicable to those who want to travel using the land roads, Home Ministry sources said today. The tourist and the e-visas will be for single entry for a month instead of the earlier double entry. Regarding land roads, a senior Home Ministry official said there are currently 9 integrated checkposts operational in the India and Agartala, Sudharkandi, Shimantapur and the Petropol, Attari and Kartarpur and Raghzual and also Jogbani and More, which will not be opened to foreigners on tourist visa. The United States said on Sunday the first face-to-face meeting between senior US and Taliban officials since the hardline group retook the power in Afghanistan was candid and professional, and the US side reiterated that the Taliban would be judged on their actions, not just their words. State Department spokesman Ned Price said the US delegation in the weekend talks in Doha, Qatar focused on security and terrorism concern and the safe passage for the US citizen and also the other foreign nationals and Afghans, as well as on the human rights, including the meaningful participation of women and girls in the aspect of Afghan society. He said the two sides also discussed the United States provision of robust humanitarian assistance directly to the Afghan people. It did not say if any agreement were reached. Meanwhile, the US has agreed to provide humanitarian aid to a desperately poor Afghanistan on the brink of economic disaster, while refocusing of the geopolitical recognition to the country's new Taliban rulers. The statement came at the end of the first direct talks between the former foes since the chaotic withdrawal of the US troops and at the end of August. However, the US statement was less definitive, saying only that the two sides discussed at the US provision of the robust humanitarian assistance directly to the Afghan people. However, the Taliban said the talks held in Doha, Qatar went well, with the Washington following up the humanitarian aid to Afghanistan after agreeing not to link such assistance to the formal recognition of the Taliban. However, the US made clear that the talks were in no way to preamble to recognition of the Taliban, who swept into the power August 15 after the US-allied government collapsed. Meantime, the US and the Britain warned their citizens in Monday to stay away from hotels in the Afghan capital Kabul, particularly the well-known Serena. US citizens who are near at the Serena Hotel should leave immediately. The US State Department said the citing security threats in the areas. In an update to the advice not to travel to Afghanistan, the UK Foreign Office said, in light of the increased risk, you are advised not to stay in hotels, particularly in Kabul. The Serena is the best-known luxury hotel in Kabul, popular with foreign visitors before the city well in the Taliban. It has twists between the target of the extremist attacks. However, it comes after ISIS claimed a devastating bomb attack in the northern city in Kunduz on Friday that ripped through a mosque during Friday prayers, the bloodiest assault since US forces left the country in August month. Initial turnout in Iraq's parliamentary election on Sunday was 41%, the Independent High Electoral Commission said. Electoral Commission official had indicated earlier that the election drew one of the smallest turnout for years, with the low participation suggesting the dwindling trust in the political leaders and the democratic system brought in by the 2003 US-led invasion. The established Shiite Islamist-dominated ruling elite was most powerful. The parties have armed wings is expected to sweep the vote with the movement led by the populist Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr. Polling the station closed at 6 p.m. local time. Initial results are expected on Monday. However, Iraqi elections are often followed by the protracted talks over the president, the prime minister and the cabinet. It appeared to be the lowest turnout in any election since 2003, according to the Electoral Commission counts at polling stations. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has pledged that Germany will preserve a post-Holocaust commitment to Israel's security. This was said during the Merkel 8th and the final visit to Israel as the Chancellor of Germany. She wants to use the opportunity to emphasize that the subject of Israel's security will always be the central importance and a central topic of the every German government, said the Merkel. Merkel on Sunday paid a visit to Israel's National Holocaust Memorial to honor the 6 million victims. She also confirmed that the Germany would continue to bear the responsibility of the Holocaust and stand against the anti-Semitism, hatred and violence. Justin Bieber will be performing in Saudi Arabia's Jeddah on December 5, headlining a concert on the sidelines of the Formula 1 STC Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix will be held in the Kingdom of the First Time, December 3 to 5 in the Jeddah Connings. David Guetta and the ASAP Rocky will be performing on December 5 at the F1 STC Saudi Arabian GP as well. However, the Jeddah street circuit is a record-breaking circuit that includes the longest street circuit of the highest number of the corners in the history of the Formula 1 races, said the Grand Prix. Now the story from the sports world. France won the Nations League on Sunday after coming from a goal down to beat Spain 2-1 in Milan. Karim Benzema and Mbappe struck to claim the title for the world champions France after the Michael Oyarzabal put Spain ahead midway through the second half. Les Bleus came out at the top of the match at the Sans Trio, which came to life after Oyarzabal at the home of the opener in the 64th minute. As well as the 2 goals from their superstar attacks, France had their opportunities to score through the Mbappe before the fantastic finish, which Spain launched an assault in the French goal. Before ending, we will go through the Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Prime Minister sought Russian support and cooperation to set up nuclear power plant in the country's southern region. Money laundered by e-commerce firms to be recovered, said the State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Murad Hassan. Durga Puja begins today with Mahashashti amid festivity and religious fervor following the prescribed health guidelines. You are up to date with the Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.